What is going on? I am Zedmont. You understand the assignment. Throwing Zedmont in that shop in every single Supercell game. We have all of the four. Oh, look at that. The perfect statue. That one hurts a little bit to salvage, but it's all makes the same kind of powder. Our sculptor working overtime because we do have that boom pass adding to queue. Super duper handy, especially when you have 5,000, 8,000, some high over 10,000 shards waiting to be salvaged and worked on. We're going to jump into warships though. This is one of my tech trees, the other one doing far better, and they have both essentially made it to the end of the tree. This one less so. This one, I am going to unlock that Mega Scorcher right now. Do we need it? Not really, but I would not be your favorite boom tuber if I did not use the new troop. So we have got to get that unlocked. Would have been smarter probably to go down here and get Rifleman strictly because of those extra stat nodes that are behind it and that extra defense maybe, but that's no fun. And also, we do have bullet on this one, but we don't have those heavy choppas, so don't really have a meat shield. Also, do we have mechs? Mechs on this one are not unlocked, so I do have a very, very strong base. I will hold this out here, so if you want to copy that, have been asked why I dragged something off it so that you can clearly see the grid so you can build this base without issue. This base was built by, I forget, someone made legendary with this base. I don't remember which. Ships Ahoy, maybe? Nope, Ships Ahoy has a different base. Someone's got this base. Maybe it's Derek's place. Let's have a look at Derek's place. Is it you? Yes, yes, it is. So Derek's place, shout out to them. I always try to give the info on who made the base. I am not a base builder. This season, worse than ever trying to find a base. You gotta scroll and scroll and scroll. Has the global top 500 fallen? Nope, I have just fallen 2643 on this account. That, my friends, is grounds for a sound that we have not heard in a long, long time. Cut it off a little bit because it's about to get better because we now have these beautiful, beautiful mega scorchers. We are going to bring them in and see just, oh, of course. Now, there's one base that these things don't do well on, and it's this horseshoe base, because once they get into this middle section here, it takes them forever to come back out and around. So these middle bases generally are not as hard as regular bases, but I'm going to try to screw it up as best as I can. We are not going to be using bombardiers because, as you see, I don't have them. We are going to do something a little bit different, though. I am going to try to make up a hit here, kind of, sort of. Where is that shock blaster? So what we are going to do here, this is going to be bad, my friends. We're going to send 3 of you guys, and we're going to send you back to there. Oh, God, this is going to be awful. So the Scorcher dudes, we're going to throw like 1 smoke there, and then maybe 1 smoke there. And then as that flare starts to expire, those things are just going to spread willy-nilly. They're going to probably make a lot of mistakes. And then we're going to drop you there, you guys over there, and then you guys over here. Bullet's going to get somewhat out front. Those things are going to do terrible, terrible things in a second. And as Bullet gets up to there, we're going to click that button. That way, Bullet jumps on forward as those Scorchers work towards that back corner. Don't have to worry about them coming forwards because they will do that all on their own. Distracting that back shock launcher, maybe even a couple of them, as our troops slowly but surely make their way around and through. And is this working the way I had hoped? Not particularly, but it's kind of sort of doing a thing, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get some form of a value out of it. So we just had an incinerator, also known as a mega scorcher, blow up. That is not ideal, but as you can see there, that back right-hand corner is done. Our troops are moving forwards. And we should be able to jump over that gap. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Forgot about the side things. So the side things, very, very, very much a problem. We are going to click that button. Bullet's going to come all the way around. I timed that fairly well. Some people don't like that activity, some people do. It all depends on your thoughts on the timings and the rest of it. If you time it well, you can get Bullet to come around very, very swiftly. Is it a hack? I would love to hear from you guys. I think it's just a mechanism of how Bullet moves. But again, that is all up to your interpretation. Couple critters left, couple of these guys left. We are losing all of our rocket choppas in a hurry. A Bullet should stand in there, and we're going to throw a couple artillery here. And for my first ever attack with a Mega Scorcher, that went acceptable. Definitely could have been faster. Lost at least one rocket choppa to that bottom left-hand side cannon and stuff. Important takeaways, I suppose, is sending some troops towards having them lap all the way around. Overall, pretty happy with that. Our base is standing up, it seems. I'm curious to see what they had. I wish you could see, like, the marks on the landing crafts or something like that, or if Mega Scorchers left, like, a body, kind of like, I don't know. But we are going to pick up the W, get back into 22. Hooray. Our opponent has fizzled, so progress? Definitely interesting to send those Mega Scorchers back there. You can also do the exact same attack with Heavy Choppas. Probably get a little bit more benefit from Heavy Choppas because you get all those heavies coming back. Now we get the real test. They've got 150% building damage. That is important to note. So we should be able to walk through this. I am just gonna, where do I send you guys? I don't have any idea how to use these things yet. We are gonna send Bullet here, you here. I probably want to get these things out as soon as I can because they're not going to be as fast as our rocket choppas, and they definitely are turning in the wrong sort of directions. Sniper towers with that much building damage will take out your troops in a big way, so be very, very careful with those. I think I'm going to use an extra flare right about now, just trying to get all of the rocket choppas backwards so that all of our stuff can rush forwards, and now trying to throw the tiniest of tidy shocks. Look at that shock. Got the boom cannon, got the shock blaster, got the Doom Cannon, got the whatever that thing's called, critter launcher at the same time. So very, very happy with that placement. Not on the second shock, unfortunately, but doing okay. This base seems very, very easy, but every time I face a base that seems very, very easy, I tend to screw it up a little bit. So we are going to keep some medkits on those rocket choppas. Don't forget to throw medkits on your rocket choppas. It is so important. It will make your troops do far better. When those things get low on health, they go down so quickly, as displayed by that. I probably should have flared back into this neighborhood just to try to get our troops out in front of us, but trying to do this live, not going super duper well. Now I wonder if we could just straight up flare things, because we do in fact have some Scorchers out front. Don't need to worry so much about those cannons, I don't think. So I am just going to keep flaring onto this stuff. They are going to hit some shock mines. That is one downside to them, definitely. But as Bullet hits that one, we'll flare onto that one and then throw all of our artillery and our barrages and all the rest, and end up with a slower time, way slower time than I would have gotten normally. But clearing in anywhere around the 2-minute mark, you should be done pretty good. So Dan, what do you got for us? You have got 124. Hey, Mega Scorcher, if you don't have a meat shield, seems pretty good. I do like Heavy Choppas a little bit better in some ways, but just there's so many troops all the time from heavy choppas, but those Mega Scorchers do burn things in a big way. So I still have to get this account to 23. That is high on my list of things to do before the weekend, and the reason for that is this screen right here. If you don't know where the parking slots are, take a screenshot, hit me up if you don't understand it. If you want to get to start at rank 12 next season, you need to get 21.50. So for me, the next step is 23.0 on this account. That would get me starting at rank 13. And this one's already there. This is that horseshoe base that people either really suck at attacking or they get more than 2 minutes. And I am not going 8 engine rooms on either account. I have no time for that. So this one has made it to the very end of the tree. We've got all of the stat nodes. Every single possible stat node, I do believe, went down through rifles, got that extra troop damage. Some of you might be surprised that I went troop damage instead of building damage. I don't think the building damage would have made anyone fizzle, and I'm going to get slightly faster as a result. So also rifles, because this account is using Kavan, my good friend, the dentist, Dr. Kevin Kavan, don't have to worry about bullets. So getting those rifles upgraded does do a little bit of extra damage. They can hit a mine and not explode. They get hit by rocket launchers, they don't die. And the probable next node for me on this one is that rocket choppa boost. Yes, it is mostly useless, but I've got everything else. If you see something that you think I'm missing, please do hit me up in the comments. But brick would be fun. I'm kind of tempted to try brick. Rocket choppa boost. There's nothing there. I think there's an extra defense there that I could get one probable machine gun at this point based on my base and the sheer number of things that I have. We'll do one hit on this one just to close the loop, and I'll show you the replay of whoever the heck it is. And this is the other base. I think this is the base that Ships Ahoy made Legendary with, so you're starting to see a whole bunch of it. So shout out to Ships Ahoy. I think this is their base. If it's someone else, do let me know. What we are going to do is I need to attack that Doom Cannon, or it's going to be a giant pain in my derriere. They only have 120% building damage, so shouldn't be a big deal. But we are not going to underestimate them in any stretch of the way. I just faced a base like this and got a fairly quick time, so we shall see how this goes. We're going to send Mr. whatever his name is over on that far right-hand side, and then just clearing in here because this middle part is more of a concern for me than anything else. Just making, you turned towards the... Barely. Sorry, that cannon was not supposed to turn. That was a giant surprise that I was not super duper keen about. I have no idea where, there you, I was trying to figure out where Kavan was. And now let's just get a shock over there, trying to keep some of those critters alive so that the rest of our troops can get onto that Doom Cannon. And once that Doom Cannon's gone, most of their threat is neutralized. Just needed to make darn sure that we were not going to get flanked by that Doom Cannon. Doom Cannon's underneath a Sky Shield, always a very big problem for Rocket Choppa players. And speaking of problems for Rocket Choppa players, that back Rocket Choppa was in a world of pain. So we're going to get some critters out there trying to keep it alive, and I thought I landed them late. That was a bit disconcerting. All of our Rocket Choppas going strong in the right direction. They have got one more engine room than we do down so far, but I am fairly confident that we're going to get a somewhat decent time. Just need to do that kamikaze flare all the way across in a second or so. And once that happens, we don't need to use any GBE right now. Let's just get onto here, and then we're going to get all the way out of here, throw in a couple smokes just to get our troops out of the range of that thing, and now just barraging all of the stuff. Gonna lose probably a Rocket Choppa on the way, but doesn't matter whatsoever. We got a 148, which is pretty darn quick against a horseshoe base like that. I've faced Boab so many times this season, and Boab bringing in the Bombardiers. We are going to pick up many wins on this video, which is quite unusual. So if you're reaching the end of the tree and you're thinking, what the heck should I use, reach out to me, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions. I don't necessarily have all the answers for my own tech tree, but I do have a pretty good understanding of what the best options are for anyone who's out there. So let me know where you're at, where you're hoping to park, where you're at in the tech tree as far as, are you done? Do you have a couple unlocks open? And also how the heck you're doing on that main base. Don't forget about that main base. Do get those upgrades going. I am not the one to talk on that one. Only XP 76, which is a little bit low, but that flare energy cost reduction tribe is pretty good, so do consider using that one. Saves you a little bit of GBE. Maybe you don't have to boost as a result. Keep your submarine diving, keep that fancy sculptor going, and although there is only like 3 days, 13 hours left in warships, there's a little bit of extra time in that boom pass, which we can check about there. Where do we see the timer? Bottom right-hand corner, 10 days, 13 hours. So do make sure you get all the way through those rewards, because that final Quintagon is a pretty darn nice skin if you've bought the boom pass. So that is it for me. Hopefully you are booming all the beaches. Throw in code ZedMod in your creator boost, and I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm ZedMod. Peace.